Hello, Celtic supporters. What a night it has been for the club, and I tell you, the buzz around the team right now is something special. You could feel the excitement in every pass, every tackle, and every touch of the ball as the players stepped out on the pitch in Rotterdam. From the very first whistle, it was clear that this squad had come prepared and determined to show what they're capable of, and boy, did they deliver. Now, one of the standout performances we have to talk about is Yang. There's been a lot of chatter around him over the past seasons with highs and lows, brilliant moments followed by games where he struggles against lesser sides. Tonight, however, he showed exactly why the belief Martin O'Neill instilled in Bobby Petter back in the day is so important. Yang had that confidence running through him, and it made a world of difference. Against the Rangers or against a team like Dundee or St. Johnstone, performances can fluctuate, but tonight he looked outstanding. He picked up the ball in dangerous areas, dribbled past defenders with ease, and finished with the precision that reminded everyone of his quality. That early goal he scored set the tone for the rest of the game and silenced any early skepticism. It's a perfect example of a player thriving when the confidence is there, and it was evident from start to finish that he was in the zone. Now, looking at the team as a whole, there were several performances that deserve praise. Luke Macau on the right wing might not be a natural winger, but he adapted brilliantly, showing intelligent movement and sharp touches that kept the opposition guessing. Donovan, who's had his fair share of criticism recently, also stepped up. Coming off the bench, he contributed crucial interceptions and clearances, showing composure under pressure, which is vital at this level. And let's not forget D. Murray, who again showed that while some early performances may have been shaky, the potential and resilience are there to be built upon. These players may not yet be starters for every match, but tonight they proved they can make a real impact, and the confidence boost from such a display is immeasurable. Midfield, however, was where Celtic truly controlled the game. Ari Engels and Hitati were exceptional, combining defensive awareness with incredible ball control. Hitati, who has been frustrating in the past with careless turnovers, played with precision, completing nearly all his passes and showing that when he's disciplined, the team can dominate proceedings. Engels was everywhere, reading the game, collecting loose balls, and moving the play forward with an intelligence that was a joy to watch. It was arguably the best game of the season for both, and it reminded fans why they are crucial to the team's structure. The understanding between the midfielders was evident, and their control allowed Celtic to dictate the tempo rather than simply reacting to the opposition. In games like this, especially in Europe, that level of composure is what separates a solid team from a great one. Defensively, the team held firm despite conceding early. Austin Trusty's positioning led to the opening goal for the opposition, and for a moment, there was a fear of the game slipping away. However, the team rallied magnificently, showing mental toughness and resilience. The response was swift and effective, with coordinated pressing and sharp counterattacks that ultimately turned the game in Celtic's favour. This resilience is something that has been missing in certain away matches in domestic competitions, and seeing it executed so perfectly in a European setting is a confidence booster for everyone involved. Each player knew their role, and the cohesion was impressive from the back line to the forwards. It's these moments that highlight how important teamwork and belief are, particularly when chasing European progression. Let's touch on the goals for a moment. Negron's finish was clinical, a textbook strike that demonstrated timing, awareness, and precision. Macau's involvement in build-up play was crucial, while Yang's goal, though in a tight space, showed composure and the ability to seize opportunities under pressure. These moments of quality are exactly what make the difference in away games, and tonight, Celtic capitalized on every chance. The interplay between midfielders and forwards was fluid, and when the team found a rhythm, it was almost impossible for the opposition to break their flow. Credit must also go to the tactical setup, allowing players like Engels and Hitati to express themselves while maintaining defensive solidity. The balance between structure and freedom on the ball has been a talking point all season, and tonight it clicked perfectly. Turning to Donovan and Di Maria again, it's important to acknowledge the impact of coming off the bench in a high-pressure environment. Both players have had their struggles, and the criticism from earlier matches could have dented confidence, but they rose to the occasion. Donovan won crucial duels, intercepted passes, and contributed to maintaining the lead, showing the importance of squad depth. Di Murray also performed admirably, demonstrating that when given a chance, he can influence the game positively. The psychological aspect cannot be overstated. Coming into a game at a tricky moment and performing well can reignite careers and bolster morale across the squad. Celtic showed tonight that depth and belief are just as important as technical skill. Finally, the context of this victory adds another layer to its significance. Winning 3-1 away in Europe, especially the first away win in 4 years, is a milestone. It's not just about the points, though. That certainly helps in the Europa League campaign. It's about proving to the squad, the fans, and the critics that Celtic can compete on the continental stage. The team showed character, intelligence, and adaptability, traits that will be crucial as the season progresses. With upcoming matches at Celtic Park and challenging fixtures ahead, tonight's performance can act as a springboard. The players have demonstrated they can respond under pressure, perform collectively, and turn adversity into triumph. The European campaign is still in motion, but this night will be remembered as a defining moment for the squad's confidence and cohesion. As the celebrations settled and the euphoria of the Rotterdam victory began to sink in, it was clear that this wasn't just a one-off performance. The players had sent a message not only to their opponents across Europe, but also to themselves. Confidence, after all, can be a fragile thing, especially in a squad that has faced criticism and inconsistency in recent months. Yet tonight, Celtic displayed a level of composure and assurance that suggested they are starting to find their rhythm again. Watching the team move the ball, switch play, and maintain possession with purpose was a reminder of the potential that has always existed within this group. There's been talk all season about the squad lacking cohesion or needing a spark, and tonight, the spark came from belief and organization as much as from individual brilliance. The midfield, once criticized for being hesitant or prone to mistakes, orchestrated play like a finely tuned engine, with Engels and Hitati setting the tone, dictating tempo, and linking defense with attack seamlessly. It's one thing to have skill, but another entirely to combine it with intelligence and discipline. And that combination was evident tonight. Yang's contribution deserves a closer look because his journey this season has been emblematic of Celtic's wider struggles and successes. There have been games when he's looked untouchable and others when he's been almost invisible, caught out by pressing or defensive organization. Against a disciplined side like Feyenoord, he adapted brilliantly, finding pockets of space, exploiting defensive lapses, and contributing to key moments that turned the tide. That goal he scored wasn't just a finish, it was a statement. It demonstrated composure under pressure, awareness of positioning, and the ability to execute in a tight scenario. What's remarkable is that this performance came despite early criticism from supporters in the group chat and wider fan base, highlighting the resilience required at this level. For a player like Yang, confidence is everything, and tonight he had it in spades. His movement, decision-making, and willingness to take responsibility helped elevate the entire attacking unit. Combined with Macau's intelligent runs on the right, the fluidity of Celtic's forward play was a sight to behold. Defensively, the team showed both strength and adaptability. Conceding early could have destabilized them, as it has in past European outings, but this squad has clearly learned from those experiences. The backline remained composed, communication was sharp, and individual interventions at critical moments prevented the opposition from building sustained pressure. Austin Trusty's earlier mistake could have been costly, but instead of panicking, the defenders worked together, reading the game, cutting out threats, and maintaining structure. It's this kind of maturity that signals growth in a team, understanding that setbacks are temporary and that collective effort can overcome individual errors. Donovan and D. Murray, coming off the bench, further reinforced this point. Their contributions weren't flashy, but they were crucial, winning duels, intercepting passes, and providing support in moments where the team could have been vulnerable. That composure in transition and commitment to defensive responsibilities is what allowed Celtic to build momentum and eventually dominate the game. The performance of the fullbacks and wingbacks also deserves praise, as they provided balance, width, and defensive cover. The tactical setup allowed them to support the attack without leaving gaps behind, creating a system that was both flexible and resilient. Luke Macau's right-sided play, while initially met with skepticism, proved to be a masterstroke. His ability to drift into pockets of space, link with midfield, and contribute defensively highlighted his versatility and understanding of the game. Combined with the midfield's distribution, Celtic were able to circulate the ball efficiently, create overloads, and manipulate the opposition's defensive shape. It was a performance that showcased both tactical intelligence and technical ability, reminding fans why these players were recruited in the first place. Turning back to the midfield, Engels and Hitate's partnership was a revelation. Engels, with his awareness and anticipation, was everywhere, breaking up opposition moves, recycling possession, and initiating attacks with clever passes. Hitate's performance, marked by exceptional passing accuracy and intelligent positioning, showed what's possible when a player combines discipline with technical skill. The duo's ability to control the pace of the game, retain possession under pressure, and dictate transitions was key to Celtic's dominance. For supporters who have been frustrated with inconsistencies, tonight was a reassuring display of what the midfield can achieve when operating at its best. It's not just about individual brilliance, it's about synergy, understanding, and trust. And that trust was evident every time they had the ball. The triangles they created, the quick exchanges, and the timely switches of play demonstrated that Celtic can play a cohesive, intelligent style of football even against strong European sides. Psychologically, this victory is massive for the squad. Overcoming an early deficit and responding with composure sends a message that the team can handle adversity both on and off the pitch. The players showed mental toughness, an ability to stay calm under pressure, and a willingness to fight for every ball. This kind of resilience can be infectious, lifting the entire squad and building a sense of belief that carries through domestic and European fixtures. The importance of these moments cannot be overstated, particularly for younger players or those who have faced criticism. Confidence gained from a performance like this can be the difference between a solid season and a remarkable one. It reminds everyone that setbacks are temporary and that persistence, discipline, and belief can turn potential into performance. The tactical approach under the current management has also been vindicated tonight. The balance between attacking freedom and defensive responsibility, the understanding of positional roles, and the ability to adapt to the flow of the game all contributed to Celtic's success. It's one thing to have talented individuals, it's another to have a team that functions as a unit, understanding when to press, when to hold shape, and when to exploit space. The team's organization allowed them to absorb pressure early, control the middle of the park, and launch decisive attacks. That coordination, coupled with individual quality, was what made the difference in Rotterdam. It's a performance that should inspire confidence for the upcoming fixtures, showing that Celtic can compete and succeed on multiple fronts. Before we proceed, subscribe to our channel and enable notifications to receive all exclusive news about Celtic FC. Don't miss any details about your favorite team. It's extremely important for Celtic FC fans. Whispers drifting through Glasgow's East End have taken on a life of their own, and the chatter growing around Celtic Park is nothing short of explosive. Word is spreading that Che Adams and Callum Wilson, two of the most recognizable forwards in British football, are set to form what many are already calling a historic pairing in green and white. Nothing has been formally announced by the club, of course, but the rumor mill is clattering like a pub door in a winter gale, and supporters are leaning in for every scrap of information. Some say Adams was spotted near Lennoxtown, keeping his hood low but hardly low enough to avoid eager eyes. Others claim Wilson's representatives have been warming to Celtic's pitch, tempted by the promise of a starring role and a return to the kind of football that suits his sharp movement and ruthless finishing. Whether any of these sightings or stories hold water remains up for debate, but the excitement swirling around them is absolutely real. The idea of the two linking up has fans buzzing. Adams, with his physicality, direct running, and ability to bully even the steadiest defenders, would bring a new spearhead to the Hoops' attack. Wilson, a seasoned striker with years of top-flight news, is seen as the perfect foil, clever in his positioning, deadly in the box, and capable of turning half chances into roars from the stands. Put them together, the rumor goes, and Celtic could be looking at a strike partnership to be remembered for years. Inside the pubs around Gallowgate, the chat is the same. People wondering how the pair might fit into the squad, who would supply the service, how opposition defenses would cope. There's a sense of something big brewing, the kind of transfer talk that stirs old memories of legendary duos and stokes fresh ambition across the support. Even those usually cautious about speculation are letting a wee bit of hope slip through. For now, it's all just murmurs carried on the wind, but the noise is growing. And if the whispers turn out to be true, Celtic Park could soon witness the birth of a partnership that changes the shape of the season. Whether Adams and Wilson are truly on their way, or this is simply another burst of summer dreaming, the green and white faithful will be watching and listening very closely. Hello, fan, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, as it means a lot to Celtic FC. Also, share your opinion about the news in the comments below. See you in the next video.